Everyone is so excited that you're back. Why was right now the right time to rejoin the cast?
I think coming from last season, it wasn't such a great season. So when I got the phone call, so let me go back. When I'm not on the show, I don't watch the show, but I do have lots of people around me and people that I know who actually watch the show. They still watch the show. They're very committed. And some of the things that they talked about were that it's not it's like you can tell that these girls aren't friends. It's too much drama. It's like these girls are just getting together just to argue and fight, and they were over that. We're in a pandemic. People that's not all they want to see. They want to see some laughter, some fun. So when they reached out to me, that was something that I talked to them about, and they were definitely on board. They were in agreement that yes, we do want to bring a group of women together, kind of like how it started out in the beginning. This is how we started out in the beginning. We were friends. It was of course, friends have some disagreements. So we had the drama, but we were friends. We had laughter. We had fun times. And I just really, it was important for me to let them know that, I think that, it should go back to what it used to be. And they agreed that, yeah, it should.
Speaking of, friends, you guys always have drama. So who do you have drama with this season?
Well, this season, I do have more drama with one particular person, which is Drew. And you guys will get to see that play out very early on, probably almost into for a long time, for a very long time. Yeah.
Does it have to do with what we see in the trailer? Something with your assistant?
Well, he wasn't my assistant. However, that's how it started.
What can you tell me about the dog bone, the lap dog comment, with all the dog bones in the trailer? What happens in that?
Well, I don't want to give you too much. I don't want to get in trouble. But let me say that if you're going to dish it, you should be able to take it. So throwing out dog bones or throwing out treats when you don't even have a damn animal makes no sense. And then you run. You run. You can't run. If you're going to start it, let her finish it or let her try to finish it.
Now, you and Marlo, obviously, you had one of the most famous scenes in Atlanta history when you went on your trip to South Africa. Where are you guys on good terms? Do you get along this season?
Marlo and I are getting along really well this season. I don't know. You know what? I never really had an issue with Marlo. I don't know what the deal was, but yeah, we never really had an issue. We had that one situation, but yeah, this season we were good.
What did you think of Sanya joining the cast and how she fit into the group?
I think Sanya was definitely she's like a breath of fresh air. She's really sweet. And I think that she was good. She and I hit it off early on. We both have a love for fitness. So we're good.
The most important question is, well, what's the update or what will we see this season on with She by Shereé?
Oh my gosh, you're going to see so much with She by Shereé. You're going to actually get to hear all of the valleys and the hills and the mountains that I had to cross to get to She by Shereé, to get to this place. Throughout the years, it's been a lot going on that, I just never really talked about. So you'll hear me go deep into, some of the reasons why She by Shereé didn't move forward. You'll also get to watch the process of me starting from beginning to end. And, it's a lot, but my road, the road that I take, my journey has never been easy. I go through some dirt roads, some highways, some mountains and valleys, and through the woods and to grandmama's house. But I stay determined. And that's what's important. I really hope people can relate to that.
I interviewed Marlo, and she pretty much said, we're going to get to see a She by Shereé fashion show this season, will we?
Is that what she said? You have to tune in.
Now, I know in the trailer we see, we're going to see some of your relationship. How much of your relationship will we see, and were you nervous at all to kind of put you and Tyrone on the show?
I wasn't nervous to put my relationship on the show because this is a guy that you guys have heard me talk about, or for years. And even before that, it was conversations about him in season 4.
Mhm.
So moving along, I mean, you've heard his voice. I'm excited that you guys, may or may not get to see him this season, but yeah, and I felt good that, you know, this is the first time that I think that you guys have actually saw me in a relationship.
Mhm.
So you get to see the ups and downs and everything, the valleys and the lows and the highs of that relationship. But it's something that everyone, most relationships go through. Nothing is perfect.
Mhm. There's a scene in the trailer where you kind of break down and Marlo's comforting you and consoling you. Was that moment, does that have to do with something in your relationship or was that something else?
Look at you. You are so observant. I can tell you everything. Just know that it was a very, very low time for me during that moment. And what you are going to see from me this season is I'm going to give you every emotion. I mean, you're going to see Shereé 1000% vulnerable. You're going to see me. I'm going to give you every adjective that you can think of. I'm going to be happy, I'm sad, I'm frightened, I'm disappointed. I mean, it's so much that I go through this season, and I'm so happy, to be back, to be able to share that with the fans because they've been so ride or die. They, I love them just as much as they love me, and I'm so happy for them.
Can you give an update on your relationship status? Are you and Tyrone still together?
I'm interested. I cannot wait. I'm excited for you guys to see. I mean, I'm happy now. I'm super happy. So you can read into whatever you want, but I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say too much, but I'm happy to be able to share my journey, my relationship journey, and my love. I mean, everybody deserves love.
Mhm. Now, lastly, really quick, we do a little series called Housewives History where we talk about, an iconic moment. Who
Okay.
Gon Check Me Boo is probably one of the top 3 most iconic moments in Housewives history. What do you
Not
remember from that?
probably.
What do you remember from that day of Who Gon Check when
Okay.
you said that?
Okay. Wait. Not probably. It is
It is.
the most iconic.
Yeah.
So what I remember from that day is that I was over Anthony. I knew that he wasn't the guy for me, but of course, we're on reality TV, so we have to follow everything. So I have to meet with Anthony and let him know that I no longer want to work with him. Something in me said this isn't going to go well. I never imagined that it would go as far as it went because this man literally stood up and kind of raised his hand to me, but of course that was cut out, but he raised his hand to me like he said, bitch, I would smack the shit out of you or something like that. And that's when I jumped up like, I wish you would. It was like an outer body experience. Like I never imagined it would go that way, in that direction. I knew, he may be upset that I'm not, going to continue to use the services, but I never thought it would escalate to where it did.
Yeah.
But out of that, we got Who Gonna Check Me Boo, the most iconic moment in reality.
Do people just come up to you when you're shopping or in public and just say that to you like all the time?
They do. They say, Who Gonna Check Me Boo all the time. They call me Hey, She by Shereé, or, they ask for joggers. Where are the joggers? So yes. So I guess I've had a couple really iconic moments on the show that people really, really, they love, they still love, and they still talk about.